Hour of Truth with Etty.
Hello, brothers, sisters, friends, and family. I want you to know that God has already worked it out. When you read Exodus chapter 15, verses 22 through 25, we are made to know that the Israelites journeyed through the wilderness for 3 days without finding water to drink. And when they got to Mara, they found water, but they could not drink the water because it was bitter. Moses then cried out to God, and God showed him a tree. He picked it up and cast it into the water, and the water became sweet. Everyone was able to drink from the water. So, this is it. There was a problem. What was the problem? Bitter water. But right there was also a solution, a tree. Who made the tree to grow close to the water? Or who made the tree to grow by the side of the water? It was God. Who showed Moses the tree? It was God who showed Moses the tree. God made the tree to grow close to the water, and it was meant to take away the bitter taste or to make the water sweet and drinkable. What I want you to see is this. In life, we will face problems or difficult situations, but we must be rest assured that a solution or a way out has already been prepared for us by God. Even before Haman thought of and planned to destroy the Jews, God had already positioned Esther in the palace to thwart the plans of Haman. Even before Moses encountered the Red Sea, God had already given him the rod with which he parted the sea. Even before Jesus and his disciples were asked to pay tax, God had already prepared a fish in the sea with money in the mouth of the fish. Even before there was famine, God had already prepared the ravens and the widow of Zarephath to provide food for Elijah in famine. God cannot be caught unawares, and he knows the end from the beginning. While you're there worrying and trying to figure it out, God has already worked it out. Amen. God never told us to worry one bit about it or to try to figure it out ourselves, but to trust him. Your problems are neither a surprise nor a problem to God. God has a plan before our problems came to our attention. And the truth is this, they are not problems. They are actually opportunities. Opportunities to see who God is and what God can do. To see how mighty God is. The disciples asked Jesus in John 9, who sinned? This man or his parents that he was born blind? And Jesus Christ said, this man did not sin, neither did his parents sin. He was born blind that the works of God may be made manifest. This man was born blind so that how that God is a healer and can make the blind to see may be made manifest in and through the life of this man. If not that man was born blind, we would not have been able to know today that God can make the blind to see. If not that Lazarus died, we would not have been able to know that Jesus Christ himself is the resurrection and the life. Amen. So there are certain things that God will allow us to encounter or come face to face with, because there's something he wants to reveal about himself to us through that situation, through that circumstances. That's why we have to trust him and believe and know without any iota of doubt that he is in control. Amen. I wonder what would have happened if Moses was trying to figure out how to make the water sweet himself instead of calling upon God. When faced with problems or difficult situations, don't leave God out of it. And don't try to figure it out yourself, because you will only meet with failure and disappointment. We are made to know from the scriptures that for by strength shall no man prevail. It's not by power, nor by might, but by the Spirit of God. It's not your responsibility to make it happen. It is God's responsibility. So stop stressing about it. Stop trying to figure it out and rest and see God move on your behalf. We must learn to call upon God. In Psalm 46, verses 1, the scriptures make us to know that God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. There is never a time that God is absent, and even in the midst of trouble or problems, He is with us to take us through. There is no reason to live in fear, in worry, or anxiety when faced with problems, because even before the problems arose, God has already provided or made ready a solution. And just as God made a dry ground to appear in the Red Sea for the Israelites to go through, so also God is present to make a way for you out of every hopeless or difficult situation. God bless you.